Let's talk about some of the movies you've done. Here at the Silver Spoon, as I was perusing the menu and having a healthful salad and trying to be healthy and all that, I walked around this wonderful restaurant where there's a lot of producers and directors, and I saw a poster of Holy Hollywood, one of your films, and I want you to talk and reminisce about that a little bit so the people can go and pick them up at the, I guess you call it Blockbusters video store.
Exactly. Yeah, that was a really fun movie. It was written and directed by a gentleman by the name of Terry Zarki. All right, his dad Zarki had done a film that's a cult classic today called "I Spit on Your Grave," one of those old horror film type things, and God, it's a classic in today's right. So Terry, his son, who was brought up in the industry, wrote and produced and directed Holy Hollywood. Terry and his partner, Jeff Allman, had created an extras casting agency. I believe they called it Rainbow Casting. And from that, the experiences they had in the casting world, and a lot of it was really funny, they put it together and created this movie. And in it, I played the owner, operator of the largest casting agency in Hollywood, and it had all the casting cliches. So, yes. You know, and I played it very straight, and that's what made it very funny, where this guy thinks so much of himself and his importance in the industry and what have you. He even got to the point to where he thought he was above the law. You can't arrest me. I'm Dick Richards. You know what I mean? So it was a good film. It was really fun, and we won Best Picture with it and the International Film Festival. In fact, on my MySpace page, you can see a clip that Entertainment Tonight did on it, and it was good. It was fun.
What can the people pick up now that you've either acted in or that's been out? Because a lot of people, even though the movie business is good and they don't want to go to the movies for entertainment, they like to buy their own movies and go home. So
right. That rent or buy a DVD or video. Now it's everything gone to DVD. And geez, I've got about 60 or so of them out there. And the best way to find them is on the internet. If you Google my name, it'll take you to IMDb, and it gives you a whole resume and where to find them, or TarantinoProductions.com, and it gives you a storyline and everything, how to find them. You can see clips all over YouTube, so they're not hard to find.
I noticed that in this business, the kids that are coming up sometimes have a rough time because they have parents that are very successful, so they're expected to do as good as their parents did. Quentin Tarantino certainly has made a name for himself, obviously, your son. But do you think that's so? Is it harder on the kids as they come up because they're expected to do as well as their parents in your vision?
You know, nepotism is a strong entity, and it certainly pays off. I mean, I won't mention any names, but you just take a look at some of the young actors and actresses whose parents were very famous, and that definitely opened doors and got them a start. So yeah, it's both a blessing and a curse, for the reason you just stated. If you're Michael Douglas, you have to live up to Kirk Douglas. Well, Michael Douglas certainly did it, and Kirk Douglas has always been one of my all-time favorites. You know, it was really hard to beat a Kirk Douglas, but Michael Douglas did it. And so it can be done. It's a blessing because you have the famous Douglas name, and then from there on out, you have to prove your own ability and your own talent to be able to take it the next step.
As we leave on this broadcast, I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about hope in a society where we have much to think about. And when I say think about, what I mean exactly is, how do you handle the pressures of life?
I'm a strong believer in God, and I don't care by what name you want to call him. That's extremely important. I'm extremely spiritual, not really religious. I don't belong to a particular religious group, but my church is within me. I live by two particular things that are important to me. One is the golden rule, And then secondly is a quote out of the Bible where Jesus said, "He who is without sin cast the first stone." All right? And I for sure, God and I know for sure that I have no room to cast stones. So if I haven't got something nice to say about somebody, I won't say anything at all. Or I bite my tongue and say, you know, you have no room to cast stones. So that's important. Stress, when you're talking about the handling of stress, that's more an individual thing. I have been under tremendous stress many times in my life, especially over trying to produce a film or get the funding, or once you do, manage it all and all the people and everything. Like I said, I employed 300 people on one film, and that can become very stressful. I take it inward. I will handle what I could handle and let go of the rest. I'm a strong believer in delegation. If I hire you or somebody as a line producer, then I give him that job, and I know in my head and in my heart that that's the right person for the job, and I go with whatever he does with it. It relieves a lot of stress on me. So again, stress is an individual thing. Some people handle it well, some not so well.
Tony, thanks for talking with us today.
Oh, hey, you're very welcome. It's my pleasure.
Keep your visions positive. Keep positive people around you. Know that he's there to guide you. Bye for now.